The CW's The Vampire Diaries captivated audiences with its dramatic love triangle between Elena Gilbert and the Salvatore brothers, Stefan and Damon. While Elena's romance with Stefan was the heart of the early seasons, her eventual relationship with Damon sparked both adoration and controversy. Central to this tension was the concept of a sire bond, which overshadowed the couple's early moments and raised questions about their love. Let's unravel this contentious storyline and its implications for one of the show's most polarizing relationships. What is a sire bond, and how did Elena get one? The idea of a sire bond was first introduced in Season 3, Episode 6, Smells Like Teen Spirit, in the context of Klaus and his hybrids. A sire bond caused those turned by Klaus to feel an unnatural loyalty toward him, often obeying his commands even against their own interests. Initially, sire bonds were unique to Klaus's hybrids, but this changed when Elena transitioned into a vampire in Season 4. Elena's transformation was an accident. After an incident on Wickery Bridge, Elena drowned with vampire blood in her system, specifically Damon's blood. Upon awakening as a vampire, she discovered she was sire bonded to Damon, meaning she was unconsciously compelled to prioritize his desires and suggestions over her own. This development shocked fans and characters alike, as sire bonds between vampires were previously unheard of. The sire bond's impact on Elena and Damon's relationship. Elena's early struggles as a vampire were compounded by her sire bond to Damon. She found herself unable to consume animal blood or blood bags, but drinking directly from a human's vein, as Damon suggested, worked effortlessly. While Damon's guidance helped Elena adapt to her new life, it also deepened their bond, both naturally and supernaturally. The sire bond became a central issue when Elena and Damon finally acted on their feelings and began a romantic relationship. Observers like Caroline Forbes questioned whether Elena's actions were truly her own or merely a byproduct of the bond. The revelation that the sire bond was tied to pre-existing feelings of love added complexity to an already fraught situation, leaving viewers wondering whether Elena's love for Damon was authentic. Consent and the sire bond controversy. One of the most contentious aspects of the sire bond was its implications for consent. Elena's initial intimacy with Damon occurred while she was sire bonded to him, raising ethical questions. Did she act of her own free will, or was she compelled by her bond? Damon, known for his morally ambiguous past, faced significant scrutiny. Although he was unaware of the sire bond when their relationship began, critics of the storyline viewed it as another example of Damon's history of problematic relationships. To his credit, Damon chose to break things off with Elena after learning about the bond, acknowledging the need for her to rediscover her autonomy. Elena, however, insisted that her feelings for Damon were genuine. In a pivotal scene with Rebecca, Elena declared her love for Damon, asserting that the sire bond had no bearing on her emotions. Despite her convictions, the storyline left a lingering shadow over their romance, tainting what fans had hoped would be a triumphant moment for Elena. Why the sire bond was a missed opportunity. The sire bond storyline had potential but ultimately fell short of adding meaningful conflict or development to the Vampire Diaries. Critics argued that it detracted from Damon and Elena's natural chemistry, reducing their relationship to a supernatural compulsion. Instead of enhancing the narrative, the sire bond muddied the waters, creating unnecessary tension without lasting consequences. After Elena turned off her humanity to cope with her brother Jeremy's death, the sire bond was seemingly forgotten, implying it no longer affected her actions. This abrupt resolution undermined the time spent building the storyline, leaving fans to question its relevance. A complicated love story. Despite its rocky start, Damon and Elena's relationship evolved into one of the most enduring dynamics in the Vampire Diaries. While the sire bond storyline created early controversy, it also underscored the complexities of love in the supernatural world. Elena's eventual choice to be with Damon, free from any supernatural influences, proved the depth of her feelings. For fans, the challenge was separating their authentic love from the contrivances of the sire bond, a task made more difficult by the show's inconsistent handling of the plotline. Conclusion. The sire bond between Damon and Elena remains one of the most debated elements of the Vampire Diaries. While it added drama and delayed their romantic arc, it ultimately detracted from the organic connection fans had longed to see. By the series' end, Damon and Elena overcame the obstacles placed in their path, proving that their love could survive even the most contentious storylines. However, the sire bond serves as a reminder of the show's tendency to complicate relationships with unnecessary twists, leaving fans to wonder what might have been had Damon and Elena's love story been allowed to unfold naturally.